fattywithafirearm here. Got the Remington 51 back out. Gonna show you how to disassemble this gun. A little bit further than a basic field strip, but really not much further. We're just really disassembling everything in the slide, not the frame. If you're a competent gunsmith or you like breaking stuff, go ahead and disassemble the frame. I've taken off the grips. I'll tell you how to do it. I'm not going to do it because I'm not going to be liable for if you break anything if you're too stupid not to. So first things first, check to make sure the gun's empty. Yeah, empty. What you want to do, first things first, is rack the slide back just a little bit to where the notch in the slide, you can see this notch right here, lines up in the perfect center with this part, with the disassembly pin, the barrel pin. But you're also going to have to push it from this side. So what I do is I just rack the slide a little bit and use my fingernail and dig it in really good to hold it. And once you get it held there, I transfer my hand around and I use the magazine, the lip of the magazine, to help pull that pin out and let it drop on the floor. Don't let it drop on the floor because then you're going to have to go looking for crap. But thankfully I've got hardwood floors and I can hear where crap falls and slides, and plus I can see it. So give me 1 sec, let me go pick that stupid pin up. Alright, it wasn't hard to find the pin. You know, it's now right here. It was about 1.5 feet away from me on my right. No big deal. What you do now is you rack the slide back just slightly and hold it. And you see on the very front of the barrel there's these little grooves. Just grab those, pull the barrel forward, and let go with your other thumb, and everything comes right off. That's all you have to do with the slide, with the frame, sorry. Now you can just set the frame aside, and we'll do that right here. Take the pin, set it outside, magazine as well. What you do now is you're gonna wanna lock the barrel forward. The way you do that is you just push it forward, and get it about this position. You'll see there's little lugs on either side. About there you see these little cuts. That's where they are. Just pull the barrel forward, rotate it, and it'll lock in there. What you want to do now is you can see how the breech bolt rocks back and forth. Let me zoom in on this. See how the breech bolt rocks back and forth? You push it back slightly, get your fingernail underneath it, pull it forward, and it'll come off just like this. What you can do from there, just pull it right out, or just rotate it, and it'll fall out. At that point, the firing pin is still in here, so I just actually drop everything forward and let the firing pin and the firing pin spring just fall right out. Set all that to the side. Now to get the barrel out, and you don't necessarily have to do this really, you can run a bore snake through it, but I take the barrel out. I just rotate it back, let it fall back forward all the way. Push it, you know, in just a little bit and let it rise up. You see how that changed? Push it and rise up. You can use your finger in the chamber. Again, I'll show you one more time. Push it forward, let it rise up slightly. Then what you do is you pull the barrel back even more. And you can actually push it as you rotate it around. Push everything out. Now remember, everything's under a lot of spring tension. It's a recoil spring. That's what it's there for. And that's how you do a basic field strip of the gun. You know, clean this really well. You know, the breech bolt. Clean in here between the secondary part of the breech bolt and the frame. You know, it's all part of this, the slide. It's all part of the same thing. It's milled from one solid piece, but clean in there, you know, in the gaps to the left and right of that. That's a lot of grime and crap gets built up in there. Also, clean back here where the hammer strikes the firing pin. You'd be surprised gunk does get back in here. And you want to clean up in here, just rearward everything. And also do your basic cleaning, you know, the rails, the grooves and everything. You know, the rails on the frame, you know, clean that. Clean in here the feed ramp, you know, ejector, sear, and hammer. Clean all that crap out. Now let's put the gun back together. What you do, just put this firing pin spring back in there, in the slide, and make sure you'll see there's a little ring in there. Make sure the deep part goes over the recoil spring. And this part you can just do by hand, just push it in. And you'll get it Had a bad angle, sorry. Come on. There we go. And it'll just hold in there like that. Take your barrel, stick it in, push everything forward, and there is a bit of tightness on the barrel. There you go. Once you get the barrel recoil spring and the barrel bush, or the recoil spring bushing, or whatever the heck that thing's called, in, rotate it forward and lock it back into place where we had it the first time. See how it's locked into place there. Now that you got everything to this point, what you do is take your firing pin and your firing pin spring and run it down the barrel slowly. Get to that point, and I'll show you this and zoom in. You're going to want to get it to fall inside here, inside its little gap. I'm going to try to do this while looking through the viewfinder of the camera. And it's not going to do it right. Hey, I got it. I just let everything fall into place. Now the firing pin is back in its position. It's all the way back. It is a little more difficult than you think. It doesn't like to move properly. Now what you do is you take your breech bolt and hold it upside down and at an angle. So when you stick it in, you gotta stick it back in like this. Once you get it connected, rotate it back. And let me take it back out and I'll show you what I'm doing from a different angle. Now that you got it set in, you just push it back and it'll fall into place. It's that easy. Now what you do is you take your barrel, rotate it back, let it fall all the way back. Now just put it back on the slide, or put it back on the frame. Now what you do, once you get to this point, the sear is going to stop it. So push the grip safety in, push it down, run it all the way back. And you see how it will catch again, but it's not done. You got to put your pin back in. Don't be, duped by that. Got to put the pin back in and make sure that our half moon is down. And that's how you disassemble and clean and reassemble a Remington Model 51. It can be a little difficult. It is a pain in the butt. The gun's mechanism is a tiny bit complicated, but it is an interesting mechanism, which I will talk about in another video. So this is Fatty with Firearm. If you liked the video, like, share, subscribe, and wait for more videos to come, not only on this gun and its firing mechanism, but other cool old guns in the future. Thanks for watching.